cybercrime, let's move on very quickly to our next topic. This time around, we're talking parenting. How does single parenting actually affect a child? And you know, we're quite specific this time around. Single parenting can be both ways. It can be just a woman raising a child or children, or just the man raising the child or the children. But in this particular discussion, we're being specific. It's about single mothers, women raising children all by themselves. Is this doing the society any good? And this conversation is on social media because a Black American woman came online and she made certain statements that supports the fact that single mother households produce the worst children, all right? And she actually quoted statistics as evidence while saying this. And she's not alone. Another American podcaster also, you know, brought out evidence on why it is dangerous for just a woman, only a woman, to raise a child or children alone. So the question is it good for single women or single mothers to raise children? Okay, well first, let's go listen in to this video very quickly and then we'll come back to the studio. You know, just listening to those two people talk and reading out those figures is doing something to my mental health. Oh, really? But then, ladies and gentlemen, let's wade into this conversation. Why is it dangerous for a woman alone, you know, to raise kids? Why? Let me start from the man. Okay.
Well, it's a good place to start.
Yeah.
Because I will start from the beginning for you.
Thank you.
From the foundation of the earth, it was not designed for one person to train a child.
Okay.
So the capacity for a child to be fully grown is not put into one person to do.
Mm.
So whether you're a single man or a single mother, you don't have the full capacity to train a child.
So have a well-rounded
child.
Yeah.
It's not designed that way.
Mm.
Yeah, there are circumstances and situations where we have had one or few happen. Ben Carson was raised by her mother alone.
Yeah.
We didn't hear of his brother, how it turned out. But he decided to follow the voice of her mom, telling him, you can do better than others. That is just one out of a million.
Mm.
Well, looking at the statistics that we have today, the capacity for a single person to give a total development for any child is not imputed in one person. So I'm taking from the foundation for how it is designed by God. So that makes it very tedious for one person because you are going to go to work. That time that you're not there, you don't know what the child is engaging. You don't know what the child is going through. And when you now find yourself in a society where there's so much right for a child, and when you decide to discipline your child will call social security for you, and the child thinks he's doing himself or herself good. By the time social security take the child away from you, you are being nurtured by people that doesn't love you 100%. You understand? So by the time you are coming out as an adult, you are not well baked. You are not well developed. So that's one thing about a society. Even our society here, if you are not well under the true culture, true nurture of a parent, not just one person, complete parent, complete family. You know, those they said it takes a community to raise a child.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about? If it takes a community, then even two people their family is difficult.
Okay, but then Mr. Malik, let's stay within context. So why is it particularly
for example
for a woman?
Yes. Discipline is minimized. Because you don't have the full capacity in terms of strength and authority to instill that full discipline. If I'm almost a teenager, as a guy, as a boy, and my mom wants to raise his hand to slap me, it's tendency for so many things to happen. So I have a little bit of ego that nobody can touch me. But when there is a father there, you know, it also brings me to the fact that fatherhood is not because you are a male. It's just the authority that God has put there. Your presence brings, that, complete, serene.
Thank you. You said it all. Thank you, Mr. Matt. You said it all, Pastor Johnny. Let's come from a woman's perspective.
Yeah, in my place in Benin, they use this word, era or Boriri. It is a father that is the fear that the child has. And when that fear is not there, the child has nothing to fear, has nothing to have this reverential fear for. That child is a child that is left to itself. That child can go to any length to misbehave. Because we mothers, we are very emotional. If you spank a child and the child starts crying, it is the same you that go back and say, well, it's okay, don't cry again and all that. But for the father,
I cry with my children sometimes.
The father
is too much.
If the child is crying, the father will follow up that cry with another spank.
Exactly.
Why are you crying? If I hear your voice again, keep quiet. And that child, you understand? So at the end of the day, anytime the child wants to misbehave, you will remember. Maybe the mom will say, well, I will report it to daddy. That child will, the brain will set and will readjust, you know, which is not there if it's just a woman that is taking care of or raising the child. Just like Mr. Malik says, you know, it is not naturally that, it's not supposed to be that way. People are not supposed to be raised by a single parent. They're supposed to, because there is a beauty in the mother, there is a beauty in the father, that both of them, when they put it together, the beauty is complete.
But when a balance.
Yes. But when you deprive that child of one part of it, that child will not have that balance. Sometimes that child is bitter because of the bitterness that probably happened between the both parents is transferred to that child. So that child grew up to be hateful, to be vengeful, to want to take revenge. You see cases of some girl child that will just hate men because they've seen all that their mother went through. They've seen all that happened between their mother and their father. So they don't want to be part of that. So anything called men, they just hate men. Same way you see some men that also hate women because they've been told stories of the reason why your mom is not here. And by the time they've been told that stories of the reason why your mom is not here, you are here without your mother is somewhere prostituting or things like that, that young man just grew up to hate women. And that's why sometimes too, we also have failed marriages. Sometimes these issues we have in marriages are carryover. What has been put into that man or into that woman based on experience from being raised by a single parent. So it goes a long way to affect the society.
All right, thank you everyone. Now I'm trying to run with time, okay? So let me quickly ask another question. Like the foundation, both of you have established and all that. But then I feel a type of way that the family decay, all the rots in the society that is being blamed on the family is put at the doorstep of a woman. All right? To say that the woman actually produces the worst products. To make it look like, you know, they're not even trying. You know, I'm sorry, maybe I'm sounding like a feminist, but that's not the intention. I'm just trying to say women are putting in their best. How about where you want a situation where you actually want a rounded family, but then it doesn't happen that way because one party is just not available. Do you get what I mean? All right. So what then do you do as a single mother to still create that balance that those children need?
I think to even say that it is single mothers that raise the worst kind of children, I don't think that is even nice. I think that is even extreme for somebody to go that way. Because we have so many aninis of this world that were raised by their parents.
Father and mother.
Father and mother together. We have father and mothers together that raise children. They raise nonsense to the family. They gave nonsense to the society. So I don't think it is fair to use that word. I agree. Yeah, if they say most children that misbehave, that are not well brought up, they are raised by a single mother, no problem. But to say that the worst kind of children are raised by single mothers, I don't think that is fair enough. Because we also have the worst kind of children that are raised from homes. That are raised from homes where you have the father and the mother doing the job together.
Okay, so in addition to what you're saying, see, the emphasis should not be put on women raising worse children. Because for me, the capacity to raise a child should not be left, it's not even meant for the woman. The man creates the atmosphere and the home to nurse the child properly. Yes, the woman is there doing most of the practical work, but if the man does not create that, garden for that nurturing to be well-rounded, the woman can, no matter how much she tries. So, like most women do their best, they go to the extreme to make sure their child is well brought up, but because they are not given that full capacity to achieve it 100%, it's why we might have those results that is being displayed. But it's not meant to be, the blame is meant to be put on the woman. That's my perspective, because I believe my contribution is necessary for that woman to be complete in what she's meant to do. Okay, so in terms of the emphasis on the children, the issue I'm always concerned about when it comes to issue of marriage, issue in marriages, either divorce or whatsoever, is the fact that all the drama ends up affecting the children the most. The children are the one taking all the impact. They are the receiving end. So whatsoever you are going to cook up in your entire marriage, watch out for the outcome of those children. That's why you find some women, they say, why did you stay there if you know the man's abusing you? Some of them have true reasons. The child needs to be well nurtured. You understand? So if we consider the children in most of the things that we are engaging in our home, I'm sure we'll have a different approach to everything that we are resolving.
So some women, I'm a woman, but some women themselves are not well brought up. So even if they are under a man, they have influence on their children. The man goes to work. They are the one who spend time with their children. They are the one who pollute the minds of the children. And because garbage in, garbage out, what is in them themselves is garbage. So there is no way they will not impact their children with that garbage. Definitely. So that is why oftentimes women are the ones that is always blamed for not raising the children well. But whether we like it or not, to be fair to those who are saying that, yes, women, we are the one who spend most of the time with the children. We are the one who have most of the time with the children. What are we imparting into the children? What are they learning from us? Because the children learn more from what you do than what you say. Definitely. When you are telling these children, don't curse, don't lie, and they know you as a liar, they know you as somebody whose mouth is full of curses, there's no way these children will not go out and do what you are telling them not to do.
Especially when you are discussing with your husband.
Yes, the way you relate with your husband, and you want your daughter to marry and respect her husband, there's no way she will respect her husband. Okay. That's what she think marriage is all about. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. All right, we cannot talk enough about this, because at the end of the day, the family plays a very intricate role in how every society turns out. All right, which is very evident in what we're seeing in Nigeria today. Our moral values, our culture, tradition, everything is eroding. And it's like people are just falling from heaven. They don't pass through a family system anymore. All right, no respect for elders, no values, no fear for anything, nothing. All right, it's all about how much money do you have, how much money can you make, and we need to retrace our steps. Okay. Like I said earlier, I expressed my views. I think it's wrong to say single mothers produce the worst product. That somehow doesn't sound right. All of the decay in the family system, you cannot just put it at the doorstep of a single mother. People don't choose to become single mothers. I know these days they are choosing. Women are choosing to just have children and not have a husband. But then for a whole lot of women also, it is not a choice thing. Life happened to them. All right, when you go into a marriage and it doesn't work out, rather than die, why don't you take a walk and then take care of the seeds, the ones God has given you, the best way you can. But then the truth be told, you can't compare children raised in a single parenting system with those that have the father, the mother present most times. Children that come up from a single parent household most time have psychological issues they deal with. All right, they are always full of resentment, anger, which is why you need to constantly, show up for those children. What I mean by that is, whether you're a man fighting your wife or fighting your whatever, your baby mama, it is you and her. All right. Leave the children out of the drama. Show up for the children. All right? The woman, you can bullshit her, but the children, show up for them. And it's not the men alone. A lot of women too have had to abandon their children, and pursue a new lifestyle. Show up for your children. Leave whatever the issues are with the man. It was your choice, but show up for the children, because in America already we know there's a single mother pandemic in America. All right, all over the place, single mothers. Most of their men, their baby daddies are in prison, locked up for one flimsy reason or the other. All right, so and that culture is fast creeping into our own traditional Nigerian African culture. If you get what I mean, all right? Single mothers everywhere, some by choice, some not, all right? But then the issues are the children that are coming out of all of these situations we find ourselves in. They must be the focus at every point in time. They are the future of tomorrow.
If I may add,
Please
when
add in 10 seconds.
When you find yourself as a single mother and there's need for that fatherhood, go to people that have
Look for a father
a
figure.
father figure
Thank you.
somewhere, and let them relate with your children.
Thank you.
That's the way to impact them.
All right, thank you so much, Pastor Dolly. Thank you, Mr. Malik.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. All right, thank you. That's the show. Tomorrow, inshallah, we'll be here with another edition. Have yourself a good day. Bye for now.